up to this point, we are project managers. After this point, right now, let's switch a little bit, and we are going to be decision maker, and we care about the financial performance of the project. My portfolio of the project. Many people said, no, doing cost cutting, doing merger acquisition, asset sales, reuse of the asset, what options you are assessing, and what compromise solution you are getting, which one are the best to be implemented, which one are the worst. So you need to quantify this information, okay? From the project economic analysis, you can apply these type of things, multiple projects, and this is a methodology. We can do it in a multiple project. We can do it for a specific asset. We can do it for the full organization, but in the end, it's the same methodology. It's getting data, understanding the data, checking with the decision maker, with the team, creating the model and running simulation and so forth. We can apply, and this is a methodology, we have been applying this one for risk-based option selection in a small scale LNG project, is understanding that every configuration of that project has financial, project management implication, cost implication, and so forth. Or we can do the same methodology, and this is the idea, understanding for different combination of, for example, compressors, okay? Which is normal in the oil and gas sector. They're introducing compressors. If the flow rate start getting below or really close to the shutdown period, and they need to enhance the extraction of the resource, of course they need to introduce safety compressors. What configuration of compressor? On time, cost. What is the implementation of this cost? Again, put us in a project management perspective, but also put us in a financial perspective. The methodology, and this is the practicality of these methodologies and this approach in the industry, is understanding, making organizations to understand that if you have a spreadsheet or you have a system, and this is something that we also provide. We provide this solution as a part of the training package. Okay, access to this one. So if you have this one and the organization compute the NPV and the payback period, the internal rate of return, whatever financial indicator they use, it's important for us to visualize these numbers that are there are not static. Again, this is working the detailed plan and giving the most likely or the expected value to complete the project is not enough. This number changes. You say, well, we implement this project according to this trend in the oil and gas prices. But right now we are going down. So what are the projects we need to reassess? And this one is one of the areas that we cover as well during the training is portfolio analysis. Tell me the project that you are doing, and based upon the financial constraint, the economic trend, the financial trend, the decision-making information, I can tell you what project you should invest, which project you should reduce, sell, or outsource. So with this information, the next step from the quantitative risk management, because here we have 90% of companies doing this analysis, but not doing risk management. For doing risk management, this organization needs not only to understand that there are multiple corporate finance indicators for them. What care about the organization? Is getting the money back quickly, payback, or just profitability? It doesn't care too much in the short term, but the project is going to give value for the shareholders. So with this information in place, all these ones, and getting the risk profile, if we are able to introduce what is the uncertainty around these values that you have here, the same as we did with the project management, it can be using normal distribution, and this is the type of things that are important for a quantitative risk management professional. What type of distribution I use for certain areas of this project? Revenues, operating costs, maintenance, administrative costs. What type of distribution based upon data, based upon experience, is based on what assumptions? And this is important because with this information, when we are able to understand, the rest is implementing understanding the metrics of risk management. What are the metrics? Risk simulations, understanding the metrics, mean, standard deviation, coefficient of variability, kurtosis, and so forth. If we are analyzing projects like this, we want projects with negative skew because they have high chances of getting value above the expected value. What happens if I have a project like this? Look at this, high probability of getting value below the expected value. So professionals need, rather than spending time quantifying, making numbers, they need to be comfortable that the numbers that they are producing, they are getting there, they are understanding, and they are able to transfer that information to the decision maker. And this is why one of the pillars of working with the Energy Institute and as well with the International Institute of Professional Educational Research, one of the pillars is we need to help professionals to make quick decisions because they don't have the full year, 3 months, 6 months to get the information the decision maker needs to support their decision. So they need to immediately embed metrics, how to use simulation, how to use optimization, how to use forecasting, and this type of analysis. When we revise that one from different perspectives, that is the best project to have. The next component is that is important. We emphasize during the accreditation, during the training, during all our activities we have with the industry is the oil and gas industry. And I've been working with a lot of companies, and the oil and gas is really rich because by definition, when they start the conceptualization of a project, they are detecting, listing risk, doing LOPA, ASOP, ALAR, or any other risk identification process. The same, when they are doing the project, they have the master risk register. When they are doing this type of financial economic evaluation, they are also detecting risk, commercial, no commercial, technical, joint venture, merger acquisition, market trends, and so forth. The other piece of information that I wanted to cover today is when we identify that risk, when we put that risk in a heat map, it's not telling the organization anything. If you are able to quantify that risk using uncertainty analysis, bootstrapping, any other technique that when we deliver the training, we are able to transform that information in something like this. And we are saying, okay, if you don't control this risk, the exposure for your organization is 1 million, 2 million. What are you going to do? Are you going to talk with the insurance company, or we are going to mitigate the risk, or we are going to transfer the risk to somebody else? How are we going to do? And by the way, if we don't control this risk, this is a risk profile of that risk. And let me give you the following example. It's the same. When we do health and safety, environment, and one of the risks that probably we analyze a lot from the engineering perspective and the energy industry is fire. We are exposed to hazard. In the quantitative risk management perspective, they say, okay, identify the risk, but give me what is the exposure. Or we help you to get the exposure because with this information, we are able to quantify and map not only that risk, whatever other risk that you have in the risk register. And what we do is we use that information. We map that information because, of course, I don't want some people that are working in certain areas, they feel, no, you are changing my risk register. No, the risk register continues there. The most important is with that risk register, I can give you the profile. I can give you what are the most important risks impacting this area, why quantitative risk management matters. You can revise our websites and so on. These are up to now. We are waiting this year, fingers crossed, with the Institute of Mechanical Engineers, and we are also talking with other engineering institutes in UK and as well in Europe. But at least those professionals working in this area, and they are already members of this full qualified and outstanding professional body, they can claim CPDs up to upper completion of the training. After completion of the training, this training also have a exam that you need to fulfill in order to introduce as a part of the professional and academic qualification level 7, level 8, the quantitative risk management CQRM acronym after your name. Those organizations that also they want to see if some of you are qualified or are part of this organization, that you can claim professional credits of this one. We are working with the ERM, Project Management Institute, all of this in different perspectives, different case studies, and so forth. This is more or less what we covered during the accreditation. We cover topics on risk management, risk analysis, how to use simulation, how to use tornado. The other important value added here is if you want to transfer from a quantitative risk management or a project management with quantitative skills to another industry, the quantification process is going to be the same. You need, of course, to understand the dynamic, the process of any other industry, but what you receive from here is generic methodology. And as a part of the engagement, as a part of the training exposure, you have time to work in some case studies applied into your industry, like a project management, financial valuation, and so forth. Right now, one of the biggest concerns, biggest problem, biggest challenge for the future in the oil and gas sector, particularly in the oil and gas sector, is how they are going to decommission, dismantle the asset. We are right now also discussing with the Energy Institute as well to create the first oil and gas decommissioning quantitative risk management program for professionals. Only decommission, how to decommission the asset. Organizations in general don't need to wait until the end to decommission the asset. They can evaluate the fluctuation of the market. If they said, here guys, I'm not going to break even to cover the break even, the operational and maintenance cost, what can I do with this project? I'm able to reduce the asset. I'm able to do an early decommissioning strategy. Even if the organization are waiting at maturity, when the asset expires, there is no any more life. How the organization can use quantitative risk management techniques in order to maximize the residual value of the asset. So if you want to maximize the residual value of the asset, you need to start doing something here. What are the operating and maintenance strategies? What are the assets that you are able to put in the secondary market? What are the inspections, the surveys, and so forth? And at the same time, understanding that decommissioning is a cash problem for organization. It's a liquidity problem. It's not generating value. We need to dismantle. We need to fulfill the regulation strategy. How we can do? We can reduce the assets that demand quantitative risk management in project economic analysis, understanding financial metrics, understanding that even if they want to go for the decommissioning route, they need to do project management risk. That is a book only for managers, for decision maker guys, okay? That they need to understand a little bit the risk management component, how to model in order to make decisions. The real option in decommission is understanding that every time that you are introducing a project, you need to understand the flexibility of that project as well. Even if you start conceptualizing the project, learning a little bit from the nuclear industry, that when they start the concept of the project, they are thinking about the decommissioning. So how this organization can start evaluating options to abandon, to extract, to expand, to contract sequential options around decommissioning. Just to conclude, because I want to give you the opportunity to share any questions through the chat, okay? Please don't forget to make decisions with risk in mind. When I say risk, it's not the downside, the negative side. It's also the taking opportunities. Because every time the organization is taking opportunity and they don't have the right skill, the right level to work And to embrace that opportunity is a risk for them. It's a risk of not taking control of the opportunity. Never underestimate the risk. When I said the sooner you start, the later you finish, I'm talking in the concept, in the perspective of project management. That is only when this organization get the project plan, the detailed plan, and immediately jump, get the contractor, get everyone in the organization, and start working and jumping there without even understanding the dimension of the project. Please, if you are in that position, hold on a little bit. Okay? Go back a little bit. Try to create the network. Try to understand the connection of the activities. Talk with the contractor. Talk with the manager. Talk with the asset operator. And also talk with you, engineering and the project management team. That is really important. Because risk management is not only quantifying information. It's you are able, getting the information. With that information, you are able to question your numbers, your model, the outcome. You become a really nice professional, able to drive organization and teams to the best practices, to combine and to strengthen these areas of uncertainty analysis, creating your own scenarios, sensitivity analysis, understanding how sensitivity analysis helps you to drive the decision, and as well to enhance a more robust decision-making process. And for my side, I'm going to right now start preparing as well all the support material for the delivery of the training. You are going to have not only the books, not only the 3.5 days with me or any other energy risk management professional. You also are going to have access to all these technologies for having a more direct application. And at the same time, I'm going to prepare case studies that you can take with you and replicate. That is the only way we have and the most suitable way we have to continue engaging and working with you all guys. Thank you so much.